How's everybody doing? Shaquor Sandiford, thank you all for joining me today. I'm so excited right now just to get my video out there, just so everybody can know what we are doing out here and what we've been introduced to. We literally have been introduced to the vehicle of change. This is what is going to change our future. This is what is going to help us become better philanthropists. This is what is going to help us become better leaders, help us develop and personal develop on a whole nother level. So a little bit about myself, guys. I'm 21 years old, from Boston, Mass, born and raised. And you know, one thing that's a little bit different about me is I had so many opportunities in my past. You know, I had the football Division I opportunities to go play at BC, Rutgers, Penn State, so much. You know, but things sort of slipped out of my hands. And let's bring it back. Let's start at the beginning. So I grew up in the South End, which is not the best neighborhood of Boston. You know, but one thing that really made me happy is that it's a character building neighborhood. That and Chelsea, Mass. You know, Chelsea being the number 11 worst city in the U.S. You know, it's a lot that comes with that. You know, a lot of people just negatively would say like, oh, Shaquor, you wouldn't do this. Shaquor, you can't do this. You can't accomplish that. And what I've realized is the people that tell you that you can't do it literally have tried themselves and failed. You know, so growing up in the South End, growing up in Chelsea, you know, I've met so many different people that just sort of are on different paths. And you know, one thing that I loved about network marketing and the opportunity is the fact that you get to meet so many like-minded individuals. You know, in the past year and a half, I've been introduced to network marketing now for over a year and a half. I started with Vima, had so much success within Vima. I have a team and organization still building. I am not a part of the company anymore, but everybody that is doing their thing out there, like, so much love for you guys. You guys worked so hard. I was able to join Rosalie and Terrell Wallace, in Wake Up Now. I had so much success learning in Wake Up Now, more than the compensation, but it was just a great chance to motivate myself and figure out what exactly I want. My high school years, I had great, like I said, opportunities. My junior year, I was awarded the MVP of the league. I was the starting quarterback for a championship team. We got to play at Gillette, went undefeated for the first time in school history, which was awesome. Set so many records there, but my father passed away, and literally it was the highest, moments of my life, but then again it was the lowest moments of my life. And my father being my best friend, somebody that always encouraged me to literally think outside the box, have a plan B, and not necessarily stay focused on that NBA dream, that NFL dream, but I really didn't listen to him as much as I needed to. I had a stepfather in my life who was, I'm gonna say it, a gangster. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely like the epiphany of gangster, and that really was somebody I modeled myself after, and I wanted to be like. But as I grew older and I realized who my father was and how much of a man he was and how much people were actually inspired by him, that's literally what I wanted to do. I wanted to be more like him. When I was 16, I got a call. I didn't talk to my father for about 6 months prior to this, due to an altercation. I didn't speak to him for 6 months. I had family members telling me, Shaquor, you need to get in contact with your father. Shaquor, you need to get in contact with your father. I just sort of like blinked out, didn't listen. I then got on a phone call with him. The first words he told me was, Shaquor, I have 16 months to live. I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, stomach cancer, at 39 years old, guys, and I have a family, my 2 younger sisters, a younger brother, and my younger sisters ended up moving to Delaware, so I don't really get to talk to them as much as I want to. I don't really get to communicate with them as much as I want to. My little brother has a scholarship to go play basketball at a college, but that literally was a game changer in my life. When my father passed away, I stopped going to classes. I started making wrong decisions. I started smoking weed, and I started doing all this bad stuff. These negative things, and that was literally my way of coping with it. When I got into college, all these opportunities slipped out my hands. I did not play college sports. Literally said, I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to learn more about myself. I want to grow. I want to, personal develop. I want to become a better leader. So I took the time to really, like I said, become more one with myself. And during that process, I met so many different people. I've got introduced to the network marketing industry, and ever since then, literally about 15 months ago, now I'm no longer in college. I've been out of college for a year now. Made the executive decision, sort of just to leave and really, go out there and explore the real world and go out there and get the real life experience. And ever since I've done that, literally, like my life has changed. And I want you guys to realize I'm no different from you. I am no different from you. Just a 21-year-old kid. Just literally, I had high expectations for myself, and you know, I never really aimed low. I always aimed high, and I missed high as well. So you know, if I wanted to hit that rig where I'm making $2,000 a month, oh, I slipped. I made $1,400 a month in residual income. So it was pretty awesome, you know. And when I got introduced to Vipassana, you know, I realized literally off the bat that this was the opportunity, like I said earlier in this video, for change. You know, first of all, we haven't launched yet. We launched on January 12th to the first 1,000 users. We launched January 24th to the world. We are literally at the point in the business where millions are made. Millions are being made right now. There's been millionaires made in Vima. There's been millionaires made in Wake Up Now. There has not been one thousandaire made in Vipassana, and that can be you. I know that's going to be us in Boston. You know, like I said, you know, in Boston, we are leaders out here in Boston, and we would love to connect with you. You watching this, if you're in the New England area, if you are in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Maine, wherever you are, if you're in friggin' California, you know, we want to connect with you. We want more leaders. We want to help you grow as a person, you know, and that's a little bit about myself, guys, and I appreciate you guys taking this time to listen to what I have to say. And one thing that I want to leave you with is the fact that formal education is awesome. Everybody out there in college, I'm saluting you guys. I personally want to get back just to get my degree, just to have that receipt, you know, and say I did it. But personal development and self-development, self-education is something that I found very key, but it's also applied knowledge, right? It's also applied knowledge. So with that being said, you know, go out there, make a difference today, be the change. Don't make the change, be the change, and lead your revolution. Vipassana.